What's the worst legal thing you can do? You can spray tan a baby. Totally illegal. Any baby? Bahar, imagine that. You pick up your kiddo from childcare and suddenly it looks 20 shades darker. Develop a wonderful loving relationship with someone for a majority of your life. Kids. Pets. Trust. Everything included. One day. Tell them all you never loved them. It was all a game you were playing for the last 20 years. Divorce your partner and leave with a stash of cash you've been putting away for the last 20 years. Moving to a new country never to see them again. I see we had the same dad. Murder someone in that one corner of Yellowstone National Park. PvP enabled zone. Bake cookies. But with chewing gum in them. My teeth feel weird just reading this. Recruit people to join Scientology. Sue your poorer ex-spouse for child custody so repeatedly that you drain their finances and can't fight it anymore. Giving out someone's number or email for spam. Have kids you don't want. Thanks, Dad. The act of cannibalism itself is legal in most nations. It's just getting the meat that is usually illegal. Have a child. Never bring him out in public. Only take photos of him beside a mocked up meteor crash. Let him find the pics when he's 13. There was a guy a while back who took a photo up a 13-year-old girl's skirt. The judge had some choice words to say but the guy got let go because, technically, it wasn't illegal. Edit, my autocorrect is bad. Ruin the world economy by handing out subprime loans. All the shit that the Westboro Baptist Church does. I had a friend who died while they were tubing down the Platte River. He got caught in an undercurrent and drowned. He was about 18 at the time. During his funeral, Westboro showed up to protest, saying God healed him because we allow gay people to get married. They also had police protecting them. It was so terrible. There were little kids holding signs who couldn't have been older than 6. Become a politician and raise my pay while creating taxes I'm coincidentally exempt from. Any year that the nation accumulates more debt, all members of Congress and the Senate should be disqualified from getting a pay raise. I bet you that debt we've been accumulating so fast would begin to slow down real ducking quick. Cheating on your boy girlfriend is generally regarded as pretty bad. But it's not illegal. A parent keeping their kid from the other parent when there's no good reason to and leveraging the courts to do it. Yeps. My stepson is now 18 and living with us for the last 3 months. His mother screwed him up so badly. She would scream at anyone who would even partly listen that my husband was abusive while offering zero proof. We are trying to slowly build a future for him. Luckily it's bitten her hard. He wants nothing to do with her at all. Meanwhile we are pushing him hard to get his own place. Get and enrolling in college classes. It will take a long time but at least it's getting better and he can see what a screw up his mom really is. Fire all your employees and move your business to East Asia so you can essentially use slave labor. Listening to music and or talking on the phone with volume up in public with no headphones. Put your dog down because it's inconvenient. Not vaccinating your kids. Put a fake X on an ad. Stare. Just stare at people. People don't even attempt to confront you. Schedule people to work 39.5 hours a week. Smoke in the same house that your children live in. Forcing them to inhale toxic chemicals that damage their bodies. Steal people's money through fine print conditions. Is it illegal to leave your shopping cart in the parking lot instead of returning it to the corral? If not, that. Hang around a college campus holding a sign that calls them sleuths and shouting about how they are all going to hell. Claim that access to water isn't a human right and then forcing people in third world countries to buy your shitty products at exorbitant prices because there's no alternative. Knowingly give someone an STD. Murdering or raping someone but it's legal because you have diplomatic immunity. Bully someone. Mentally abuse someone. making them feel bad about themselves their whole life. Ask people for credit card details in the street for donations to charity. Duck your best friend's wife. Protesting and insulting somebody who sacrificed their life in the military at their funeral. Regardless of your stance on the military. That's pretty ducking bad. Put down a healthy dog because you don't want them. Hike the prices up on insulin. Out of a member's affordable range. Alternatively, just decide to take it off of your formulary list with no clear reason. This happened to me in Uruguay, but I've been told a similar tactic works in the US. Suppose I'm evil, and I have money. Not a huge amount of money, but a healthy 6-digit number in the bank. And I see someone else. This someone else maybe doesn't make a lot. Maybe he has a lot of kids. Maybe it's a recession and he's having a hard time finding enough work. Who knows? But he's barely making it. Paycheck to paycheck. But he has something of value. He owns his family farm outright. And it's worth a small 6-digit number. But he relies on this farm mainly to provide a rent-free place to live. If he had to pay rent for a place to live, he wouldn't be anywhere close to making it. So I'm wealthy and evil. I contact my lawyer and say, hey, I know this guy. He doesn't have any money. But he has this property. Let's sue him. He'll be required to immediately come up with cash in the sum of 10% of the value of the lawsuit in order to defend himself. His property is worth $100,000. So we'll make up some crazy excuse to sue him for $100,000. He won't be able to come up with the $10,000. So we'll win by default. And we'll force the sale of his property. Then you get 20%. So the lawyer sues on contingency. In other words, the wealthy person doesn't have to pay anything to do this. In order to improve the odds, I convince a judge to include non-standard language in the official notification of the lawsuit. If the guy doesn't reply within 10 days, he loses by default. Then we throw the paperwork in the dirt in front of the house and hope no one finds it before it's too late. I was the poor guy. The legal documents sat in the mud in front of our house for a week before anyone saw it. I managed to come up with the $10,000 and file a response the day before the 10-day deadline. The lawsuit took more than 2 years to complete. I won. But it still cost me $25,000 to defend myself. And the evil guy? It was a 70-year grandma type friend that we had trusted and considered to be a part of our family. I was at a party where this happened. The guy actually had to move out of town because he was soon known by everyone for his actions. To start off, it was a fairly moderate house party. Not much drinking was involved and no drugas whatsoever. It was chill and everyone had a good time. So this other dude showed up and he was that typical slender pale creepy nerd type of guy. Everyone was having fun, making friends and chatting, but this dude just stands in the corner and looks at people. I try to be nice and bring him in on the conversation. But instead he starts to awkwardly hit on one of the girls I was with that evening. She was visibly distressed and gave him a harsh answer which he didn't take very well. So he got angry and stormed off. Everyone was happy that this guy left. But as it turns out he called the police and told them that we were dealing drugas and that minors were given access to hard alcohol. Nobody got arrested as his claims were obviously wrong. But it still held the mood. We only found out that it was actually him because for a few days after, he bragged about it online and someone noticed. Marrying someone, having kids with them, and then divorcing with the sole purpose of making them pay child support.